Hello! Happy Democracy Day. Oh. President Tinubu dropped his speech. Obi dropped his own. I can't listen to this one. Listen to this one. I can't compare some session. Because of time, I picked out 6 parts. Waiting in talk. Waiting in take counter am. So the topic is Democracy Day. Swag versus start. That is, Tinubu dey praise himself with his achievement. Obi dey counter am with statistics. The fact on ground. Okay? It depends on you to decide who is saying the truth. Okay? So, as Tinubu praises himself, Obi puts out shocking stats. You go hear everything. If you want to listen to the full speeches, enter internet, you go see them. Make we start. Abeg, make you no forget to press the subscribe button if you have not done that. Also, don't forget to press the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video like this, you'll be notified. Like, share, and also comment. The first thing now about infrastructure and economic boost. Wetin Tinubu talk, just a summary. You go listen to that now. He talk about we are investing in key infrastructure such as road, ports, rail, and power. Also, we are creating a new environment where industries and manufacturing can grow. Okay? He also talk about our tax and fiscal policies are being reformed. Also, he said we removed multiple taxes and simplified how businesses pay tax. Another one, he thought say now it is easier for manufacturers and business owners to operate. Okay, make we listen to them before we see Obi's own.
Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive. Our tax and fiscal policy reform will streamline taxes, administration, and eliminate both some or multiple taxes, enabling our industrialists and entrepreneurs to operate in a more conducive environment. Governors must work and deliver value to the people. As part of our tax reform, we have provided small businesses with an exemption of tax, established the Office of Tax Ombudsman, and ensure transparency and protect taxpayers' rights. Digital tools now help us track performance and reduce waste. The diaspora's bond and non-resident BVN are bringing Nigerian abroad into national development fold.
You don't hear that so? Obi say no. Say that one now propaganda. We must stop all forms of propaganda and lies and start promoting real productivity. Listen.
It is most troubling that in 2 years in office, the present government has brought our nation to the point where our leaders now celebrate and endorse failure, lies, and propaganda. The government today, rather than show genuine accountability and measurable progress, focuses on manipulating the narratives, gaslighting the public, shifting blame, and weaponizing governance. Meanwhile, Nigerians live in a worsening and worrisome insecurity, widespread corruption, hunger, and general despondence. There are no clear benchmark for measuring tangible development as we continue to witness the collapse of key indicators like education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, which are the parameters for measuring national progress. Simple comparison of what has happened in the past 2 years now relies on propaganda and misinformation to mark misgovernance. Our country today can best be described as a nation declining fast in all its facets. The security of lives and property has worsened, and the rule of law is virtually non-existent. These are hard, verifiable facts.
You'd also hear them. Next is about Tinubu reforms and economic wins. Tinubu now draws statistics. What are the stats? We reform our daily economy. GDP grew by 3.4% in 2024. Q4 hit 4.6, highest over a decade. Okay? Next, inflation is easy. Naira is stabilizing. Reserves increase 5-fold. Another one where you talk, you go listen to that now. States no longer borrow to pay salaries. Okay? Credit Corporation helped 100,000 plus Nigerians. Another one is launching youth credit scheme for 400,000 young people listed.
On assuming office, my team and I moved to reform our ailing economy. We introduced fundamental reforms to correct structural imbalances that prevented maximum growth. We are already seeing results. The GDP grew by 3.4% in 2024, with Q4 hitting 4.6%, the highest quarter growth in over a decade. Inflation is easing gradually, steadying the price of food staples like rice and beans. Our net foreign reserve have increased fivefold, and the Naira exchange rate has stabilized. Our balance of payment position is positive. Our sovereign credit rating is improving, and we continue to promote oil and non-oil gas exports. State do not need to go about borrowing to pay salaries anymore. In less than 1 year, over 100,000 Nigerians, including 35,000 civil servants, have benefited from affordable consumer credit through the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, enabling them to purchase vehicles, light up and improve their well-being, and purchase life essentials. This July, we will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit.
You don't hear am so. Wetin Obi talk in this area? For Obi, he talk say GDP dropped from $364 billion to $188 billion. Per capita income dropped from 1,640 to 835. Obi counter am again say poverty rate rose from 38.9% to 54%. Another one, 129 million Nigerians now live below poverty line. Another one, 75% of rural Nigerians now live in poverty. Listen to Obi.
On May 29, 2023, when this government was sworn in to office, Nigerian gross domestic product, GDP, was $364 billion. As of today, it has declined to $188 billion, a decline of almost 50%. Nigerian per capita income was $1,640 as at May 2023. Today, it has dropped to about $835, a devastating decline of about 50%. Nigerians living in poverty have increased from 38.9% to 54%. Within this period, 129 million Nigerians now live below poverty line. The World Bank recent report stated that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas now live below poverty, and the situation is even more in urban areas.
You don't hear am so. Next, infrastructure and digital vision. Okay, wetin Tinubu talk for this one? He talk say fiber optic cable project is being done to boost internet access nationwide. Okay, he talk say digital education and entrepreneurship are now possible. Okay, youth will compete globally. Say me and you we go compete globally with our counterparts in other nations.
In addition, we have embarked on an ambitious project to lay fiber optic cables across the nation, a transformative step towards bridging the digital divide and fostering greater connectivity. This initiative promises not only to enhance the speedy and reality of internet access, but also to revolutionize how business operates, how students learn, and how community stays connected. By extending this critical infrastructure, we are empowering entrepreneurs, enabling digital education, and providing the tools for our youth to compete in a globalized economy.
Wetin Obi come take counter that session? According to Obi's speech, he said 18.3 million children are out of school, highest in the world. He said children be taught science without labs. Imagine say you go school, then they teach you equilibrium in physics, but nothing to show, nothing to demonstrate. They want to demonstrate gravitational force, nothing to use. That's what Obi is saying. He said exams done in darkness with candles. Okay? Education sector has deteriorated silently. Look at Obi's speech.
Our education sector has deteriorated significantly. Today we have 18.3 million children out of school, the highest in the world. The quality of education has deteriorated. Our children are now being taught science without science lab and computer without computers. They are now taking exams in darkness with candles. There's not even glitches in the exams.
You don't hear am so. Next, policy success and manufacturing drive. Wetin Tinubu talk. He talk say that his policy are validated by growth and investment confidence. Okay? Targeting 7% growth and food sovereignty. Making agriculture sexy. People are loving farming. We are providing tractors. Okay?
We further enhance progress and we consolidate market-driven growth. The improved economic performance is encouraging and validates the soundness of our policy measures with collaboration with you. Our medium-term growth target remains an economy growing at a 7% clip with a stronger manufacturing base. We must learn to produce and grow most of our food, and we are on the path to achieving food sovereignty. These and other reforms have placed the economy on a more rational footing, where critical decisions regarding the large-scale investment can now be made. We are making agriculture more sexy by providing tractors.
From Obi's speech, he countered that session with this data of business and manufacturing. He said 7 million micro, small, and medium enterprises were closed down under this administration. 80 plus manufacturing companies say they don't shut down. He gave examples of different companies. Listen.
Nigerian businesses continue to collapse at an alarming rate. Within these 2 years, approximately 7 million micro, small, and medium enterprises shut down and folded up across the country. Over 80 manufacturing companies have permanently closed their operations. Funding costs of raw materials and energy costs have surged to an incredible level, making these manufacturing companies to close down. Over 15 major multinational companies, including GlaxoSmithKline, Beecham, Diageo, Procter & Gamble, to name a few, have exited due to harsh operating environments.
He talked about his political sagacity and his survivor history. According to him, he said he survived war party system plot in 2003 when Obasanjo wanted to make Nigeria one party system, according to him, allegedly. He said in 2003, he was the last progressive governor that was standing. That PDP boasted to rule Nigeria for a century. He can't say, where are they now? Another one, he said, even with all power, they couldn't stop his destiny. He said, faith is written above. Saying that God, now the right person's destiny.
Look at my political history. I will be the last person to advocate such a scheme. In year 2003, when the then governing party tried to sweep the nation clean of political opposition through plot and manipulation, I was the last progressive governor standing in my region. In their numbers, they boasted. In all their numbers and the false grandeur, they boasted of ruling, not only governing Nigeria, for the next half century or more. Where are they now? Yet I stood alone. My allies had been induced into defeat. My adversary held all the cards that mortal man could carry. Even with all of that, they could not control my destiny and could not control our national destiny because fate is written from the above.
Obika talk on that area, waiting close to waiting talk on this area. He said INEC is no longer neutral or credible. That they now operate as an extension of APC, okay? Turning elections into endorsement.
Allow the electoral body in the country to truly be independent. The very agency that is supposed to serve as an independent electoral body for Nigerian elections has lost its neutrality and credibility and now operates as an extension of APC government, thus undermining democracy, eroding public trust, and turning elections into endorsements rather than credible contests.
You don't hear answer. Brutal honesty or insult. According to the president, call me any name. I am not here to make you happy politically. But I will defend your right to insult me. He even talk say he is not here to romance or to make the opposition happy, to make them stable or whatever. That they should put their house in order. Say in short, he dey happy when he see say they scatter.
No one should bear the brunt of injustice for merely writing a bad report about me or call me names. Democracy requires a fair degree of tolerance for harsh words and stinging insults, particularly when they are pained because of their losses. Call me any name. I'm not here to make you happy politically in such a disarray.
For Obi, he said, let's make Nigeria the democratic country it ought to be. Okay? Add propaganda, uphold real leadership and tolerance. Okay? See.
And I simply appeal to President Tinubu to emulate late President Umaru Yar'Adua, who had, on assumption of office, was honest enough to admit that the process that brought him into office was wrong and not sufficiently credible, and thus insist on doing what is right to save our democracy. And similarly, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who saved our nascent democracy by accepting defeat even before the election results were announced. We must end this troubling governance era that is filled with impunity, state capture, absolute regard to rule of law, and checks and balances required for worthwhile democracy.
You don't hear everything so. What do you think about Democracy Day from their speeches? You won't watch the full, go and watch. And this one, now separate. Take compare with this one talk and with this one talk. I beg, if you have not subscribed, make you subscribe to this channel. Drop your comment, I beg you. Like and share. Thank you.